friends, my name is Elizabeth and today I'm going to share with you 102 free writing prompt ideas. So grab a pen and get excited because these writing prompts, they're pretty good. I created all of them, so let's get into it. Number 1, write about a character trying to escape from inside a sauna. 2, write a story where a character cries over a sandwich. 3, in the year 1821, a woman is traveling across the country to meet her groom when her carriage is overtaken by highwaymen. 4, a psychologist struggles to recover from the loss of one of her patients. 5, a supervolcano explodes, sending the Earth into a new ice age due to a heavy ash cloud trapped in the atmosphere. 6, a chihuahua becomes the unlikely mascot of a local fire station. 7, a devious young woman scams her way into high society during the 1920s. 8, a middle-aged man attends his first ever birthday party. 9, set the story inside a tornado shelter. 10, a lonely woman spends her first Christmas without her husband. 11, a defense attorney struggles with guilt after successfully defending a killer. 12, a laid-back hitchhiker finds himself in a dangerous situation. 13, a high society wedding is held in an art museum during a heist. 14, a man is determined to get justice for his grandma, who was swindled out of her retirement fund by a savvy phone scammer. 15, a neglected child creates a vast fantasy world in a cardboard box in their bedroom. 16, a golf tournament devolves into fisticuffs when two men accuse each other of cheating. 17, a character receives an organ transplant and starts showing signs of the donor's personality. 18, imagine all of your childhood fears come true, i.e. quicksand, Bermuda Triangle, getting sucked down the bathtub drain, etc. 19, set the story in a world where everyone is born blind and gets around using echolocation. 20, set the story in a world where it is common to have past life memories. 21, write a story where a student becomes so infatuated with their new professor that they begin stalking them. 22, invent a new cryptid and then have it terrorize a small town. 23, write about a clandestine meeting in a hotel. 24, tempers boil over at a town hall meeting about allowing cats in the library. 25, an old man spent his entire life trying to become an actor, but was never able to achieve it. 26, an elderly woman raising her 8-year-old grandson takes him to all of her crochet clubs, water aerobics, and meat curing classes. 27, a growing feud between neighbors escalates when one of them steals the other's dog. 28, write the life story of a sentient lemon from seedling to slicing. 29, write about a character that only communicates via rhyme. 30, a historian discovers that the Mona Lisa is a cover-up created to hide Da Vinci's real painting underneath. 31, a terminally ill man makes plans to seal himself inside his wall in order to terrify future owners of his home. 32, write a story about a woman who can see ghosts, but only of people she's killed. 33, a collector of exotic animals dies and leaves his menagerie to an unsuspecting nephew. 34, a mechanic is able to maintain a crime spree by constantly revamping his car so it never looks the same. 35, an FBI agent has to team up with a mob boss in order to take down a mutual threat. 36, a teenager sneaks a stray dog into his room, but it turns out to be a coyote. 37, write about a character who has been called annoying their entire life. How do they respond? What is it about them that annoys people? 38, an ice fisher pulls a frozen body up on his line, it's clutching an ancient stone tablet in its hand. 39, the government tries to create super soldiers, but instead ends up creating a generation of people born with the exoskeleton of a cockroach. 40, write about the daily life of an asteroid miner in the year 2640. 41, a teenage piano prodigy who has been composing since age 5 decides that they no longer want to be a musician. 42, rival food stalls at a carnival fight to create the most outrageous treat at the fair. 43, a character has been in love with someone for over 12 years, but they've never met in person. 44, the newest drug craze allows users to experience the sensation of fast-forwarding their life, including time-lapse visuals, but that causes users to lose large sections of their life. 45, write about a man in a band called Casual Catacombs. 46, what do you think it means to be larger than life? Write a story about that person. 47, an elderly man fills his truck bed with snow so he can drive down to visit his grandkids who live in a place that has never had snow. 48, a desperate man steals his brother's identity in order to save himself from financial ruin. 49, imagine the world without plate tectonics. Pangea would still exist. There'd be no mountains or earthquakes, etc. 50, write a story that includes the words paraphernalia, ecosystem, dairy, and staunch. 51, a journalist uncovers the fact that the nation's most popular burger chain uses human meat. 52, a scientist develops a type of bee that creates gasoline instead of honey. 53, set the story in a world where women are farmed for human milk. 54, a vengeful god unleashes a new plague on the world. 55, a middle-aged woman's favorite hobby is sneaking into strangers' homes in order to snoop. 56, a man is so terrified of being falsely accused of a crime that he never leaves his house. 57. Write a story where the main character is the leader of a cult. 58. A crime family has a koi pond company as a front for their real business. 59. If you kiss a poisonous frog, it turns into a supervillain. 60. While hiking in a remote wilderness, the forest suddenly goes silent. 61. A family moves into a new house and their toddler starts saying, "Ghost doggy." 62. The curator of a museum walks into work one day and finds that the entire T-Rex skeleton has been stolen. 63. A lighthouse keeper develops scurvy in the dead of winter. 64. Imagine a world where people clean themselves the way cats do, with their tongue. 65. During a televised speech, a motivational speaker realizes he doesn't believe anything he's talking about. 66. A character adopts a 20-year-old parrot who starts saying the name of a person who disappeared years earlier. 67. An eccentric billionaire leaves a series of puzzles in his will, and whoever solves them first will win his fortune. 68. The sole survivor of a mine collapse has to survive in total darkness for several weeks while waiting to be rescued. 69. A middle-aged woman enjoys collecting animal bones in the woods until she realizes she's been collecting human bones, and she's now the prime suspect in their murders. 70. A grouchy old man finds an abandoned baby in his backyard. 71. Set the story in a world where everyone sleepwalks. 72. A religious man buys and destroys artifacts that don't support his beliefs. 73. Write about a character trying to survive a massive public humiliation. 74. A child smashes his dad's antique piggy bank and finds it filled with something much more interesting than petty change. 75. Set the story in a world where humans still walk on all fours. 76. Write about a game of hide-and-seek that goes terribly wrong. 77. A jealous teenager struggles to deal with their younger sibling's career as a child star. 78. Write about the event that causes someone to drop out of college when they're only 2 classes away from graduating. 79. A lonely man moves to a new house and starts receiving letters addressed to the previous owner. He decides to reply, pretending to be the intended recipient. 80. A couple realizes they brought the wrong baby home from the hospital. 81. A distraught woman is forced to turn her dog over to animal control. 82. A knight is on a quest to find a new food source for the kingdom. 83. A prison guard falls in love with an inmate. 84. A spoiled teenager tries everything she can to get fired from her first job. 85. A beloved author retires, so a fan concocts an outrageous scheme to get them to write another book. 86. A teenage boy accidentally breaks his little brother's neck while play wrestling, leaving the younger boy paralyzed. 87. Tell the story of someone's life by describing what's left in their house when they die. 88. Tell the story of an apprentice working under Michelangelo during the Renaissance. 89. A woman who doesn't know how to show affection struggles to let her roommate know how much she appreciates her. 90. A hiker sees increasingly bizarre mirages while lost in the desert. 91. A fed-up boy who's bullied into writing a classmate's personal essay decides to write an essay so disturbing that the bully is forced to see a counselor. 92. A new vineyard's first wine tasting turns catastrophic when the guests become overly intoxicated. 93. A compulsive gambler tries to find healing by hiking the Appalachian Trail. 94. A college student wakes up in jail and realizes he killed someone in a DUI crash. 95. An 18th century eye doctor loses his supply of false eyes and has to come up with alternatives on the fly. 96. In the future, scent is able to be captured at a moment's notice, so people keep scent libraries to help them remember their favorite moments. 97. While berry picking at their grandma's rural estate, 2 cousins find a burning car. 98. Write a conversation where one character says, "We'll see." 99. Set the story inside a meat locker. 100. A domineering parent learns that their child has run away. 101. A grieving woman learns of her father's criminal history after his death. 102. In a fantasy world, lottery winners are granted magical powers instead of money. Please like and subscribe.